that you, Stephen?
I was just about to take a sip and you hit
Well,
record.
yeah, I mean, I hit record. Fair game, I told you I was doing it too.
You did too, yeah.
I believe I yelled, quiet on the set.
Yeah. For all the people here.
Well, I mean,
quiet.
just shh. Hey, you over there. Be quiet.
Yeah.
There was a bit of commentary in the Man Cave on Facebook about the live show.
Ah.
Yeah, someone's like, just book a venue and we'll all come. I'm like, told you before, not doing it because if 10 of you turn up, that's embarrassing.
We should just take a punt, mate.
I'm not willing to.
I'd be willing to roll the dice. You give it enough promotion, and we'll set it somewhere where people would want to come along and they get a drink or a feed or whatever. And I'd be willing to give it a go.
I'd be willing to give it a go in a smaller room. So it's like tabled seating so people could just have food. So it's not rows of, you know what I mean?
Right. Sort of like Vegas style setup, where you can sit down and have
it's like
a little table.
Pub, but instead of a band, it's a podcast.
Okay. We could do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Should we get our sponsors involved to help sort of, put some banners up and help them maybe offset the cost a little bit, maybe, or we'll just cop it ourselves.
Maybe that's how we guarantee a crowd is we give some great prizes away.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm an ideas man, mate. I'm an ideas man.
Well, I think that was a joint idea. You just mentioned sponsors and banners. I come up with the promotions.
Yeah. Well,
I am the promotions guy. I'm the competitions dude. Yeah. I can come up with those.
There we have it.
That could be it.
There we have it.
That could be the thing that gets people over the line. But until then,
So how many people on the Man Cave were chatting about this?
Oh, it wasn't a lot. It was 5 or 10
Three people?
Maybe 3.
5 or 10 people.
It wasn't like everyone got involved.
All right. How many people in the Man Cave?
3.5.
Okay. I reckon between your people and my people, we can rustle up a crowd.
We're spread across the country. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, the question is, can we put asses in seats? Can we put?
I don't think I want to answer that question because I'm worried about the answer.
Can we put bums on seats?
In the meantime,
I reckon the prize, having a prize, like prize giveaway, like a raffle or something.
Lucky door prizes.
Yeah, lucky door prize, a raffle. So
we're bribing people.
It's a night out to get a feed. They can get a feed and a drink. We're not going to shout them drinks. They can buy their own drinks. We're going to give them a show for free.
Oh, not even no open bar?
So you want to put an open bar as well?
I don't know.
Mate.
I'm trying to think of reasons people would come.
Yeah, okay. But it'd be free. You're not going to pay.
No, no, it's not ticketed.
Right. Well, we'd love to hear your suggestions.
I'll take them. We'll take your suggestions.
Let's take a poll. Would you come to watch the 2 Blokes live?
All right, well.
What you're watching here right now, would you want to see this in person?
Let's not do that in the next week because that will.
We do have a live show next week.
Yeah, so let's do the Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And for YouTube viewers, I'm 70% confident I'll be able to stream it on YouTube as well, simultaneously.
Boom. We have the technology.
I have invested in the technology, yes.
Yeah. No expense spared.
None. Zero expenses spared here.
Zero expense spared.
That's pretty much how EFTM is run.
3 bottles of water.
Zero expenses are spared.
My contract was unlimited Diet Coke as well.
My accountant would prefer I spared some expenses. But, hey, Dane, good luck.
Yeah, I've heard the same song from my accountant as well, don't worry.
So 8:30 Wednesday.
Next week, Wednesday, December 18.
Yes.
8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Summer Daylight Time.
Yeah. 5:30 Perth time.
So it's and it's 7:30 Queensland time.
We could have an impact on the 6 p.m. news in Perth. The ratings could be down.
Yeah, well, 6 PR. Just tune in next Tuesday afternoon. You'll hear my dulcet tones instead of this bloke. I'm taking over the segment because they thought, you know what, we need better quality on the show.
No, they thought Trev's not coming on next week. We better get someone else.
Yeah. Let's. We don't want just.
What is it? Are we doing?
Play a test.
This is like watching a Tom Segura show. Now we're just promoting our dates. Well, for the next 2 weeks, I'm doing 2GB afternoons. If you're in Sydney or want to listen by the 2GB app, midday till 3 p.m. I'll be hosting 2GB afternoons. So tune in.
I might even be a guest if there's a tech of something
to
talk about.
It'd have to be massive.
Yeah. It'd have to be a CrowdStrike style thing. You reckon?
Yeah,
that's got to be that big.
Network outage.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Imagine people tuning in and listening to us on 2GB chatting away. They're thinking, the 2 blokes have got a show on 2GB. Crazy times.
So, Stephen, what do you think of the Ukrainian conflict?
Yeah, mate, I could speak about all those kinds of things, man. I've been a journalist for nearly 40 years.
I don't want to speak about
39
those kind of
years
things.
as a journalist, mate. I've been.
Well, I've just discovered you were born in the 60s.
What, you've just discovered that?
He's old. I'd never put the numbers together.
That.
I knew you were old.
You knew that already, you idiot.
I hadn't put the numbers together.
Okay. You're not good at maths, are you?
No.
Yeah, right, okay.
I see a lot of the memes on social media now going, kids today think of the 1980s like we thought of the 50s or the 30s.
The 40s, yeah.
Yeah, like 1932 is what we thought of the 80s. And it's like, that is like, I've had a few moments this week where I'm like, I'm old.
Yeah.
Like I was at the Apple store and it's like, the Apple store's been there for 17 years. Like
I know.
I'm old.
2008, yeah.
What the hell's going on?
I remember that. I think I was talking to you about how one of our upcoming movies set in Boston, and I've been to Boston, and I went that year. I was the only person. I was still working at the Telegraph. I was the only person. Apple took just me to Boston to witness a store opening because we were about to have a store opening in Sydney. It was the first time I saw an Apple line. There was a line.
Would have been the first time you heard the countdown, the first time you heard the clapping.
The clapping, and it was amazing. It was in Boylston Street, famous shopping street in Boston. Yep. And I remember taking a photo that was there was across the road from the Apple store is a statue, and the statue is sort of doing this, so like its hands are out like that. And I've angled my photo, and it looks like it's holding the Apple sign.
Oh, what a genius.
It was the cover of...
It's an inside baseball style thing, but it's like they took you there for that. Remember they took us to Chicago? It was while they were doing the negotiation around the Federation Square Apple store in Melbourne.
Yes.
Because they wanted to, they were trying to, get us to understand what beauty could be presented in an Apple store. Yeah. Because the Chicago one is this... overlooks the river.
It's amazing.
Open. And the Federation Square one, by the way, for the record, would have been beautiful.
Yes.
Fed Square's an ugly place. Nice. I worked there. I had an office there. But it's horrible. It would have been better.
This Boston store was also when they used to give out the T-shirt when the store opens. So
Justin still wears my Bondi and Sydney ones.
Still got the T-shirt. They also gave out a little red sock for your phone.
Oh, cool.
Got that still.
Cool.
And
as in
I was
red?
told, as in... It's like product red
sock,
for the red socks. Red socks.
Like red, yeah.
Yeah. I've still got it. I'll show it to you. But I remember Apple told, because this was the cover story and this was the Connect lift out. It was, printed. And it was a big centre spread about Apple and how it's coming to Sydney. And I was told that Steve Jobs read that story. That's what I was told by Apple, that he actually read my article. Yeah.
That's sick.
That's pretty good. Yeah. And I met Ron Johnson was the head of the...
I can see him now
stores.
going,
yeah.
That article by Stephen French.
Yeah, touche, mate, touche. Stephen French is a good journo, that bloke.
He does good stuff.
He does good stuff.
People around the world Googling Stephen French.
Stephen French.
And they keep finding this bloody tech guide, Stephen Fennick guy. But
yeah,
I mean, he does some good content, but is it as good as Stephen French?
Stephen French, yeah.
Wonders we'll never cease. We'll never really know.
That's funny. Very funny. But
all right.
My site got a mention. I sort of did too.
That's what matters. On that note, let's do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Not a bad price.
With Trev Long from EFTM.com.
Really handy device.
And Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
Well done, Stephen. Stephen has just spent the last 8 minutes of us gibbering. And then I played the intro and he's thinking, why has Trevor stopped talking?
Why can't I hear it?
He stopped talking because
mate.
I played the intro and Stephen didn't have his headphones in.
You know how long I've been wearing these things for today?
Yeah, it's been a long day and it's not getting shorter, let's be honest.
I thought I'd give my ears a bit of a break.
Yeah, no, well done. Anyway, episode 663, according to the official notepad of the Two Blokes. Spoiler alert, that's what's on the show today.
We decided, didn't we say 666 is going to be the...
That's CES.
It's CES, isn't it?
Should we triple check? Okay.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's going to be 665.
Yeah, it's going to be 665.
It's when we're back.
Yeah.
So it'll be 665.1, 0.2.
Yep.
We can do that.
And then 666 will be the week after CES,
which
will be remote while you're
Yeah.
in America. So will it work?
Should we have the week off that week? Or what?
Yeah, probably.
Should we skip to
We should
667?
skip it. Yeah.
No, we should do it.
Okay.
Do you want to theme it? We should have some, should we...
Evil.
Yeah, we're not going to video it, because I'm remote.
Yeah.
Okay. We can still film it remote.
What, were you going to wear costume?
I don't know. We are for the Christmas show. I've got a shirt picked out for the Christmas
man,
show.
you've got to remind me, okay, because
Yeah.
I'll be in
Isn't it
another
here
zone. No, my Christmas jackets are at home.
Okay, I'm going to bring my Christmas because over the weekend we had our South's Past Players Christmas party, and the theme was matchy, a shirt, shorts Christmas theme. So I'm going to wear the shirt that I wore that night. Yeah, okay. Christmas shirt, very Christmassy. And as hard as I look for a Star Wars Christmas shirt, I couldn't get one in time.
Wow. Anyway, thanks to Netgear and Arlo, proud sponsors and supporters of the show who have been for decades. It's unbelievable. Long time.
They have since Netgear since day one, isn't it?
Day 2, I think it was.
Day 2. So first show we never had a sponsor
I
at
don't
all.
think so, yeah.
That's outrageous.
Let me look back. 662 episodes.
Yeah, without
so
sponsor.
they've been good, but, you know.
Come on, they could be better.
I'm the only one rock solid on 663 episodes. Just me.
What?
Netgear 662. This bloke's 656 or something.
What do you mean?
You
With
brushed a
sponsor-
few
with
last
sponsor-
year.
Oh, well, I went on a holiday, mate. It was this year, actually, mate. We're this year.
Oh,
Talking about
I
this year, mate.
forget what year we're
Yeah,
recording.
we're still in 2024, mate.
A lot of content we've created this week is
Yeah,
for
we've gone into
next
the
year.
future,
I've
let's just say.
nearly created 2026 episodes of shows.
We've just gone into the future a little bit. But that's okay.
Anyway, thank you, Nick, and Arlo. Now, Apple Intelligence is available in Australia. Woo!
It's finally here.
Welcome, folks. If you've got an iPhone 15 Pro, if you've got an iPhone 16, if you've got an Apple Mac with an M processor,
M chip.
if you've got an iPad with an A17 or later or M chip, you've got it.
You can do it.
That's
You
a
gotta-
really
is it-
hard thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying recent models
Yeah.
because it's really hard.
Because the M chips, like on the MacBooks, so they're like, we're talking
They've been
about
around
3
for
years old.
3.5, 4 years.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. iPhones, not so much. Last year's iPhone 15 and above, 15 Pro and above.
Yeah.
But it's iOS 18.2.
Yes.
I
So you
think
need to do
it's
the software update.
Mac OS 15.2, I think.
I'll take your word for it.
It's all the
And
point
so
twos.
you'll see a software update, and then it's like, okay, I want the
Yeah.
software update. And then I think if I recall, you swipe up to hello and it'll prompt you through a couple of changes. It may ask you straight up, do you want Apple Intelligence?
Right.
If not, you need to go into settings and
Yeah.
turn it on. So there's a whole new setting bar in iPhone for Apple Intelligence. I'll just bring mine up so we can agree that we're talking about the right thing here. So in settings, you've got all your normal things, and then under action button is Apple Intelligence. It's one of the settings on the screen. I just realized, have I scrolled up and changed
And
my
can you
email
actually
address?
turn it off?
It's not on by default. You have to turn it on.
Right. Okay.
So you have to
But
say
that
I
won't
want
be
it.
that won't be there unless you've got a 15 Pro.
Correct.
And above.
You just won't see this whole
Yeah.
screen.
But if your
unless-
iPad is a couple of years old, an M iPad, you're good.
Yeah.
And your Mac is good too.
So you need to turn it on. It's opt-in.
yeah.
And then I'm going to skip straight to ChatGPT, okay?
Yep.
Because I actually think it's not spruiked enough by Apple, although they do talk about it.
Yep.
It's probably the best thing about Siri. Siri's got a lot of changes and improvements coming
Yeah.
now and in the future, but
Nice little glowy.
the
around
fact
the
that I
screen.
can say, what's a few good things to do in Sydney with the kids on a rainy weekend? So I've asked Siri that,
Yeah.
and she's probably not going to listen because I'm talking too much now. Working with ChatGPT, it says it
Yeah.
up the top. Now, I've turned off the prompt, and Stephen can confirm
Yes,
this.
yeah.
I've turned off the prompt that says confirm ChatGPT request.
Because usually it says this is I need ChatGPT.
The
Do you
first
agree?
time you do
Yeah.
that, it'll say, no, every time you
Yeah.
do it, it'll say, you got to press a button.
Yes.
But if you go deep into the settings, you can say, don't ever ask me, just use it. Because,
Right.
mate, I just want it. Like,
Yeah.
just use it.
So ChatGPT, to be clear, is Apple's using that as its large language model for
Yes.
Siri, for Apple Intelligence, basically,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
But I don't want to.
Where
this
Siri
might be
can't
skipping
answer
ahead
the
here.
question,
Yeah, it goes to
ChatGPT
ChatGPT.
goes. So if I ask Siri what's
Yeah.
the top 3 things to do in Melbourne on a weekend, it's going to go, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
gonna give you
might return a result of
Yeah.
some sort, but
well, you used to say, "Oh, here's what I found on the internet."
correct.
Yeah.
So
But-
when now, instead of saying here's what I found on the internet, it'll ask ChatGPT.
Right. And so around the system now, so the basic things, you're going to have some writing tools.
Yep.
There's also the
Genmoji.
generating images,
Or image
S-
playground.
or illustrations. I did notice in the
No photorealistic.
the time. Yeah, so there's no. It's very cartoony,
Yes.
just so that you know it's not real.
All right.
So that's deliberate, isn't it?
Image playground.
Yeah.
let's generate
Yeah.
the thumbnail for this show.
Okay.
So what should it be, Stephen?
You could put faces in it too, can't you? You can put like caricatures of
It's
us
just
in
called
there.
Playground. It's not called Image Playground.
Yeah.
Well, look, I don't know that I've actually tagged us both in my photos, so that could be challenging. But
That's upsetting, mate. I've tagged you. in
Well,
mine.
I don't use Apple. See, it doesn't give me any people in my
dear.
options.
This
so
is awkward.
where? No, it does. Here we go, Trevor and Stephen. So let's get to that in a second. So
There we
where
go.
should it be?
Behind 2 microphones.
Hang on, what? No, what's the setting?
Oh,
What's
the setting.
scene?
I mean, the scene.
Hmm.
A studio.
A podcast studio.
Yep. Behind 2
Studio.
microphones.
Let's just make that one
Yeah.
of the
Well,
prompts. 'Cause-
podcast studio would include
Oh,
microphones.
hang on. It's yeah, that's there. A
good podcasting,
Yeah, no,
this.
it's solid content.
Great podcast.
So that's it's these bubble. Oh, geez, the cameras are great. So now that's one thing we've given it, and now there's a bunch of images which are essentially.
you can add elements to it.
So we add elements. So
you might say, like if say for
it's actually
say for example, it was like a picture of a mountain, and you might say there's a tent in the
Correct.
foreground or
Yeah,
starry sky.
I'm going to click the button.
Comet.
I'm going to click Trevor,
Yep.
and it says choose starting. This could be painful content. I'll be honest. So I'm just going to click go, and then I'm going to click Stephen. Does it allow 2 people?
Why not?
Done.
Test it out.
It's not the best photo of you that I've just
Oh.
chosen. I don't think it allows both people.
Really?
No, because it's
What's it done?
it's
Show me.
it's
Show
has
me
it-
first.
no, not at all. There. Oh, here we go. You
That's a
see that?
handsome
If you're looking
bugger.
on YouTube,
a handsome
look,
bugger.
it's not horrible.
That doesn't look anything.
Hey, Big
Maybe.
Steve.
Maybe.
Hey, with his headphones on. So look, you can't put
Maybe.
multiple people in there. Plus,
Right.
yeah, you can't.
That's 18.3. You got to wait for that one.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So that the idea of Image Playground is you can just type a prompt and say,
Yeah.
create this image for me. It can be an illustration or an animation, like an animated cartoon style or an illustration.
Speaking of typing, you can also type for Siri now too. So you can just type
Yes.
rather than saying it. Say you're in a meeting or in the middle of a podcast, you can actually type it.
That's an illustrated version of you, Stephen.
Wow.
Look, it's not great.
Handsome guy, that guy.
So Image Playground is on
Yep.
all those devices. Here's my thing. I think Image Playground and Genmoji are gimmicks.
Yep.
Massive
Fun.
gimmicks.
Fun for 10 minutes. And whether you use it or not, you know what? If you want your own unique Genmoji, you might want to say, okay, I want to send a Genmoji of a rabbit wearing sunglasses and a red and green shirt.
Yeah.
And it'll create that, and you can share it in your messages or whatever. But can we talk about? I know there's the whole image. You can remove objects from the image, and mate, that
Yeah.
is remarkable.
Well, hang on.
how good
We haven't
that
finished
is.
talking about Genmojis
Yeah, yeah.
because it's a gimmick, right?
Yeah.
The idea of a Genmoji is you describe an emoji, you say, person palming their face. If there's an emoji for it, it'll just give you that.
Yeah.
But if I type a man behind a microphone, there's no such emoji, but it'll create
It'll make
a
it.
man behind a microphone.
Yep.
And I can then go, oh yeah, that's good. I'm gonna add that, and then it sends that to you. I've sent that to you on WhatsApp as a sticker.
Okay.
So the thing about Genmojis for me is they're awesome for iPhone to iPhone, iMessage to iMessage conversations.
Yep.
Because they essentially can look like emojis. You can type the words, "Hey mate, saw you on the TV today," and you can include in line along with the text a Genmoji. But on an Android phone, I don't know how it's going to send. I think it's going to send the first part of the text, then a sticker, then the second part of the text.
So will they send it as a
Sticker.
Will they still see the image? Though?
Yes.
They'll still see it. It says underneath the image too, by the way, memoji.apple. So it's like credited how you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they're using the Memoji technology for people style Genmojis.
No,
So look,
you know what? That's going to be. I think you can use them as tap backs and stuff like that too, or all kinds of.
if you're big on iMessage, it's all good, but it's no great in WhatsApp.
yeah.
And I'm heavy in WhatsApp. So
and we still just on messages, we still haven't seen the messaging, the RCS.
no,
Have you?
because it's a telco thing.
there. Okay, so any progress on that?
0.
All right. So that's so there's still then what we just
This stuff
showed
is going to be
demonstrated
sent as
very much
MMS.
within the
It's
Apple
a very Apple
ecosystem
thing.
right.
Yeah.
And
so that's why I
so
say.
you reckon that's not maybe for you, but I reckon other people might embrace it.
Maybe a younger generation is going to go pretty nuts over it, but I don't think so.
You know what it was like? Do you remember when they introduced the one where the memoji imitated? You know, you spoke and it
still there, isn't it? Yeah.
How many people use that now?
Not many.
When that first came out, I used that heaps.
Remember the Bohemian Rhapsody one?
My wife and I used to swap things between us.
Oh, hello.
And but it died off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never did that with your missus?
No, not with my missus, no. We did some FaceTime calls using it and, put silly faces.
Did she show a face?
No, the kids.
Oh.
But see, here's the other reason that kids are the key to Genmoji, but it won't work because how many kids have iPhone 15 Pros or later?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think Victoria's phone is a 13 maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe a 14. And Jackson's, I think he's a 13. Like, they're not getting Apple Intelligence.
So they're out like
a lot of kids get the hand-me-down.
Imagine like you bought an iPhone 15 a year ago, and not the Pro, the 15. You think,
I missed it by
12
that
months,
much.
12 months ago, you bought a phone, and it doesn't.
Now,
work.
what were you going to move on to before I brought you back to Genmoji?
The image. You can edit the remove.
Oh yeah, clean up.
Like Magic Eraser. Let's be clear. The Magic Eraser.
So
I reckon this is probably the best version of it that I've seen.
I was talking to Eddie Meyer from Channel 9 who did a story on this. And, sometimes with people
is he an iPhone man
who are not in we're not in our bubble, they think that's amazing. That's a cool. I said, what are your takeaways? What do you want to highlight? He goes, I think the image thing's great. And I said, I'm going to stop you and just let you know that for context, Google had this 2 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
So this is now on Samsung phones, on Google phones. This is late to the party. Very well done. Like it's well executed. Yeah. But it's not groundbreaking technology. But I said this, it's like 5G. 5G took off when Apple did it because Apple did it. Yeah. Samsung had it years before Apple.
Yeah, they did.
So there's this,
it's the
TikTok is
going to
reality
distortion field
full of people going, I had that years ago because they're Android.
That's how
nerds,
they talk, by the way.
100%.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people who comments, then you think like this.
Same thing for wireless charging.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Same thing for this. Same thing for many other things. But a lot of people, as you said, are in their little Apple bubble. They don't know that they're iPhone users. They don't know.
I learned yesterday in the briefing because we sit in a briefing and we hear about these things, kind of learn about them again. Sometimes you think, it's kind of, thanks very much. But, and I'm going to try this right now on a photo I took of the family at Martin Place. Yeah. And I learned for the first time
Was that last weekend?
on the weekend, that it identifies the core subject, and so you can't just erase a core subject. So I'm going to try this by trying to erase Harry, right? And what it does, I'm told, is pixelate that person.
Oh.
But it didn't do anything.
Leave Harry
it
alone.
pixelated him.
Oh.
So it'll allow me to delete other people from the background.
Yeah, right. But not the people in the foreground.
But not the people in the foreground.
Wow.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, because it can identify, if it's an obvious little thing, like there was, a photo of like you're at the park and there's a person in the background that's sort of ruining the background. It actually identifies, it sort of highlights that person.
By default, it just goes, do you want to get rid of this?
Zippo,
like,
and then it makes up the background. Like I saw one where there was a person standing, woman on the footpath and a person behind them on the footpath, and it got rid of them on the footpath and created, there was like a pattern of bricks and windows behind them, and it perfectly replicated it.
Mate, it got rid of this crazy lady who was just standing in front of the Christmas tree. I can't get out of it now. I think I've frozen it. But, look, if you zoom in on the bit it replaces, it's never perfect. Yeah. Because it's guesstimating what's there, right? But it is pretty cool. You're going to see a lot of people talk about that. And, yes, it's been around for a while, but we still think it's pretty cool.
I reckon let's talk about writing tools.
Yeah.
Writing tools, I think, again, we've seen this with Galaxy AI, other AI. Basically, for your texts, for your emails, you're able to do things like spell check, shorten it, create bullet points, turn it into a rhyme, make it sound like a murder mystery, all this stuff. Not so much on the composing side, I noticed. Like if you've written something, it'll help you. So composing, you can't tell it, write me 100 words about this.
Right.
So it's just that's ChatGPT.
Yes.
So composing, you left to your own devices, but things like summarizing. Say you got a big long email, it'll summarize it. Big long document, summarize it. Yep. But also too, in wherever you enter text, even in third-party apps that have the API, this also works as well. So it helps you maybe change the tone of an email or a text message. You might be writing an important email to as a job application or to your boss, to your wife.
Yeah, so in the writing tools,
yeah.
Let me run through the writing tools, right? So you open up the writing tools box on a Mac, an iPad, or a phone. You can highlight text and say, describe the change. So make this friendlier or whatever.
Yep.
Proofread, which is, spelling and grammar. It's not new, right?
Yep.
Rewrite, which is okay, let's do this again and just make it better for me. Or friendly, professional, concise. So do those things to it. Summary. Yep. Key points. So if someone sends you a long document, you can do that. Yep. But there is a compose button.
Yeah. Which
then brings up ChatGPT.
Yes. So it goes off the system.
But, the idea that you want to turn something concise or expand upon it. So you can say, make this long. So I did a demo with a one-line bio. Said I'm a photographer who loves the outdoors and my family, And you highlight it and go, make this longer. And it did a 3-paragraph bio.
Wow.
It was brilliant. It was very well done.
That's pretty good.
So I think the writing tools and the thing about writing tools is, and the way Apple's done it is, they've put it everywhere.
Yeah.
So the way they describe it is, wherever there's a cursor, there's a writing tool.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of places that's the case, isn't it? Mail, text,
and again,
social media.
Samsung had this in January.
Yeah. Yes, true that. Yeah.
Very important to say.
Does Apple Intelligence have translation?
Oh,
have they got translation?
Not in the same. No, Samsung has that on them, I think, very extensively.
And it's interesting how, and obviously that takes a bit of processing. So that's the reason why you need to have that grunt on the phone to have the processing power.
Spot on.
But let's also talk about, Apple also mentioned private cloud compute.
Yep.
So they've got a system now where if your device can't handle the query or the process, it goes out to this special server running their OS, which is private. It's not going to store your data. It's not going to learn from your data. It's verifiable that it's secure and safe, and it kind of leans on the private cloud compute in case it needs to go off device.
And the thing is, you never know when it's happening.
Yeah. So it can happen in the background.
It could be happening when you don't know it.
Yeah.
Like a proofread could be done in the private cloud computer if it's a really long document.
Yeah.
But it's
a summary or something. Maybe
it's like Apple Silicon. Like it's their own computers have been built for this cloud.
Yeah. And is this the reason why, do you reckon, I think we discussed this, that they sort of staggered the launch of Apple Intelligence? So it was US first.
That's what I speculated,
so
they can make sure they've actually got enough compute power.
Yeah.
It's a critical part of their mechanism.
Now, my question about this is that, you know how we mentioned the fact that you do need a specific strength, like a powerful phone, 15 Pro and above. My question is, why didn't they, if they've got the personal cloud compute, which is obviously a powerful computing tool.
For when your phone can't handle it.
Yeah. Why didn't they make it possible then for users with phones that didn't quite meet the criteria for onboard processing to do that?
That's a great question. And you could argue it's to cell phones.
Yeah.
You could argue that.
Is it also to handle the load too? Maybe because imagine if every iPhone user could use Apple Intelligence. Would that melt things?
You want to scale this
slowly,
right?
melt down. It'll be
also, you don't. I mean, I think if you said an iPhone 11, if it's got iOS 18, can use Apple Intelligence features, you're kind of saying to people, listen, it's going to be great, but can they guarantee the environment? Can they guarantee the experience? The user experience is core to Apple's.
I think the Genmoji stuff, as gimmicky as we might think it is, that takes a bit of computing power to produce that on device.
So you don't want every iPhone 11 and 12 in the world sending stuff up to the cloud.
It'll take it forever there.
I think, and I've said this to Apple several times.
Maybe they could have go back to the 14.
They are missing. They're bearing the lead too much here. I don't use Apple Mail, but I believe the summaries in Apple Mail are unbelievable.
Instead of having, like normally it's a 2-line,
look at this
first
one.
2 lines.
Instead of saying, so this email, I'll find the first actual email. It's quite a long email, right? You look at that and just quickly, it's a really long email, right? It's multiple paragraphs. But in the list, it just says, this is the summary: Christmas greetings and appreciation for the team's work and entertainment value. That is the summary of a 4-paragraph email. So that's awesome. On a phone, the summaries are brilliant, and I'll talk about notifications in a minute. But the real one that I think this is potentially a reason to start using Apple Mail on my Mac.
Yeah.
You get back to your desk, you've been in a meeting, you've been somewhere else, and there's an email. You sent an email earlier in the day to 6 people about a project.
Yep.
You come back and there's 12 responses. Everyone's chimed in twice.
Yeah.
Man, I've got to read all these? No. Summarize.
Yeah.
And it'll say, Stephen suggested this, Bob said that, and Joe agreed. This is the outcome.
Okay. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
And see, it's specific, so you can go, actually, it's Stephen's idea. I'm going to go back to him and say, mate, change the idea.
Yeah.
You can still get the gist of it, or you can head down to that thread of the email.
Yeah, it is.
Mate, it's
I've got to
brilliant.
say, as a Mac Mail user, as much as you've bagged me for being a Mac Mail user, that process of looking through a thread is torture. That is so hard.
Yeah.
If Apple Intelligence can make that easier and clearer, and to get to the information you need, then sign me up. I'm all over that. I'll stick with Mac Mail.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I just
So
can't
Gmail doesn't offer anything like that at the moment?
There's a button that I have. Yes, I have a Gemini button in my Gmail.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm a paid Gmail user. I think I'm also paying for Gemini.
Yep.
So it exists. Yes, in my Gmail I can click and do that.
You've used it or not used it?
Never used it because it's a
Gmail
button.
is actually easy to navigate though.
This is Apple's dominance in this space.
Yeah.
You said to me, have you used it? My answer, no, because it's another button to press. Whereas Apple,
Just happens.
it's there.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I've noticed too. That's why I think that there's going to be a lot of people really impressed with Apple Intelligence because it's intuitive. It's right there it's in front of you.
Yeah.
It's not like you said. You don't have to press buttons. It's there. I think it's going to, like, especially with notifications and even mail, urgent mail. It'll prioritize mail,
prioritizing stuff
and notifications and stuff as well.
It's going to take me forever over the next 24 hours to find all the screenshots I took. But I've shown you before, and I've talked about it before on this show. But the summaries of notifications is a game changer for me. And I know you don't get many notifications, but like for an app like Daily Telegraph or
Maybe
9
I
News,
might start now.
You might. Like I think for apps specifically that are like news apps.
Yep.
I don't have every notification turned on. I've got like breaking news or whatever it is.
Yep.
But for me to be able to just look at it and go, man, that's a really good summary of so many emails, so many what are they called? Notifications. So here's one here, 9 News. And I can see that it's a summary because the little logo on it says, one of Australia's worst pedophiles jailed for life, 2 friends jailed for gang raping. This is a great content, homicide police investigation. And then if I go across, I can see all the full actual notifications.
So summarise all that
I can just tap on it. And it's giving me, it's trying to summarise probably 15 notifications into one.
That's good.
And I think that's good. Daily Telegraph. I can see multiple notifications under there, and there's at least, because I did screenshot them, there's at least 6, 7. And the notification is major telly win for kids. Coalition dares to dream about Dutton as PM. 2 bodies found in shop. So you're like, oh God, I don't care about the social media. I don't care about the coalition, but what the hell's happening in the shop? And so you click on that, and the actual notification was horror as 2 bodies found in Cambridge Park shop. So it knew that it didn't need to say horror. It didn't need to say Cambridge Park.
Yeah.
It just, the call was given to me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think this is huge. I watched, and we follow what other people do. I watched Marquez Brownlee's summary of Apple Intelligence. It was a while ago because it came out over there a while, and he bagged the summaries. Yeah. He's like, I don't see the point of it. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. This is brilliant. Yeah. It is the number one feature I use, and I've said 100 times, it's a feature you don't ask for. So you don't have to say,
it just does
please can you summarize my notifications for me? They're just there as summaries. And it prioritizes them as well.
That to me just sort of typifies Apple Intelligence. You don't have to ask for it.
Yes.
It's just going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate,
So what else apart from, I know the notifications and it kind
visual intelligence.
Yeah,
so
that's
so you push and hold the camera button.
Yes.
And it brings up what looks like a camera.
Yeah.
But it's Apple Visual Intelligence. So I wonder what happens if I take a photo of you. Let's go. Okay, so
model.
there's 2 options when you
say male model.
When you
detected?
take a photo, there's ask. What does ask mean? Tapping ask ChatGPT for more information. Oh, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Asking ChatGPT. I don't think this is going to do anything because it's a photo of
this guy?
Stephen.
Who's
Like
this
this will
guy?
be amazing if it knows who you
This
are.
guy.
This
Oh my God.
this looks like someone giving a thumbs up gesture, often used to express approval or encouragement.
Oh wow.
So the other option was to search. So put your Diet Coke can here. So I'm turning it around so it says Diet Coke. Let's be honest. I'm going to take a photo and click search. And so this is and Apple say this is essentially Google's image
Circle
to
search.
search, and it
Yeah.
brings up a bunch of Coke cans. You know.
What about say like a jacket or a shirt or something?
Show me get your head out of it though. Here we go. Just taking a photo of your gut. That's just brilliant. All right, let's see if we can find where Stephen bought his shirt. Oh my God, that is not at. Oh my God.
What have you done to me? What is it showing? What the hell is that? Mate, you took a photo of my crotch.
Well, that's what it's noticed.
What is going on?
I need to frame out.
Where are you? Where's
I'm
your
worried,
default
I'm
search?
worried about my search history now. Now I'm going to do it from the table side, and I'm trying not to include
From here up, mate.
I'm trying not to include your face and just the shirt. Man, that was some wild.
Whoa.
Oh, here we go. We have an image search
Yeah.
of Stephen's shirt. Yeah, right. Let's see if it's kind of similar. So they've got a bit of stripe
It's
in
a
them.
white shirt. It's pretty hard.
No, but it's got vertical stripes.
It's got little patterns in it. Yeah,
These
there
are
you
noticed
go.
vertical
Okay,
stripes.
Nice.
So look, it's image search again. Google's had it for ages. All that kind
So
of
it's
stuff.
like if your missus or no, my wife will say,
Hang on, what about this?
That lady's got a nice dress. Where'd you get that from?
I could take a photo of that picture
Yeah.
and do a search, and maybe it'll tell me where it was taken.
Maybe where I
Oh
bought
yeah,
it.
that's true. Yeah.
But
no, but look,
that out.
there it is. Like that's the actual photo there.
And where
Isn't
you can buy it.
Yeah,
Nice.
because that's the point of it, right? It's for
Well,
fashion
it'd be
and all
like
that stuff.
you say you see someone wearing a nice jacket or
Yeah.
something. Like the example that
Mike, have you forgotten how we do this, right?
the example I was shown was there, like even from a photo. So there was a photo of a jacket and here, and it tells you exactly where you can buy it.
That was the other example was they had a pamphlet, didn't they?
Yes, yeah.
And so let's find. Well, they just took a photo of a pamphlet, didn't they? And they where
Like
was that?
and a
Was
leather
that in
jacket. It was like a
Circle to
museum.
Search?
It was in the photo. The
It was in Visual Intelligence.
Visual intelligence, yeah.
What is it?
It's going to find its own product, is it? That's hard.
Oh, hang on. I just opened up the actual camera, not Apple Intelligence.
Oopsie.
But I'm trying to remember, is it ask or search that it did? Because it was doing a summary.
Search. No, I think it was search.
Or did she
no,
say
it did
summary?
Both. No, it did.
Ask. I think you've got to say.
Ask is if there's a block
summarize
of
this.
text.
Summarize this.
So you took a block of text and summarized
I've taken
it.
a photo of the whole page.
Yeah.
Right? And I've said summarize this.
Yeah.
It's working with ChatGPT. Did it do that in the store?
Yes, it did. Yeah, it did.
Apple iPhone 16 has been awarded Best Smartphone by EFTM for its standout features.
It can read.
The article emphasises the iPhone 16's appeal due to its innovative qualities, making it a top recommendation.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
There you go. So you can take a picture of a block of text like you know what? How good's that for visually impaired people?
Mate, unbelievable.
Is that going to help? Like, is it for accessibility?
I think if accessibility is properly built in, which it normally is. The other example in that sense was you walk into a meeting and someone goes, "Can we going to talk about this document?" Like, I haven't read the document.
Yeah.
Take a photo, get a summary, and let's talk about it.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, that's good. That's powerful.
So look, I think under the skin of Genmoji and Image Playground, which are cool, interesting.
Yeah.
I think the summary stuff is core, and I really believe that Samsung needs to address that in January.
Yeah.
They
do summaries.
No, but not automatically. It's not my notifications are not being
true.
I'm talking about notifications. I'm talking about.
Well, let's compare them. Like Galaxy AI, which I've used more than Apple Intelligence, right? Galaxy AI does a
excellent
really good
writing
job.
tools.
Yeah, good writing tools. Does really good transcription, or not bad transcription. I think Apple's transcription is slightly better. It does summaries, but what I like too is that on its own browser, say you're on a Galaxy S24 Ultra, and you've got their internet browser, it summarizes. Say you go to an EFTM article or a Tech Guide article, you can say summarize the whole article to give you like 3 dot points to say, and you can decide then whether you want to read the whole thing.
Right.
Can you do that on Safari? I don't think you can you?
Let's test it out live.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that on Safari.
I think there's a lot of features we probably don't even know.
Because you've got to
about.
remember, right? And look, Apple, they're not going to give up every single feature round one, are they?
No.
There's features they're going to roll
Yeah,
out.
But should they? Shouldn't they?
Well, but I was going to say this is only the start of Apple Intelligence.
How do you bring up a menu in this?
So it's going to be I think something that's up their sleeve. They've got like a path of these features that's going to roll out. Don't you think? Like 18.3 might include
request desktop. I
Unless
don't.
you select, maybe you have to select the text.
Oh, that's stupid.
Can you
don't
select
have to do
all the
that.
text?
I can find no. So there's no obvious.
Because it's only a matter of
Summarise.
time before someone's going to do a story: Galaxy AI versus Apple Intelligence,
Of course.
and to see. And some aspects Apple will win, other aspects Galaxy AI is going to win.
Yeah.
And maybe a lot of people
And look-
listening or watching now that own a Galaxy phone, they're thinking, well, might be screaming at their computer saying, "This does this." Galaxy AI has been
Mate.
doing this for a long time.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
our dear friends at Samsung screaming at the screen and their radio right now?
But
We
they-
did
but
that
we-
in January.
Yeah, but we said that at the top.
said that.
Yeah, we've said it. So,
But the fact
Yeah,
is, like 5G, there are millions of people with iPhones
I know.
who are going to go, wow, this is
this-
cool, and they're
this
going
is
to share it
amazing.
with their friends.
Yeah.
And if they share it with their Samsung friend friend's going to send back a laughing emoji. If they share it with their Apple friends, they're going to go, this is awesome. How do I
what's
do that?
The hand on the head
Face
emoji.
palm.
Face palm emoji and say, oh, my God.
Honestly, I genuinely love the notification summaries. I love email summaries.
Yeah.
I
Email
need
summaries are good. Yeah.
I need to think about writing tools more. I just don't use it.
Yeah.
If you read EFTM, you probably think you should use it. But I
Maybe.
just don't.
I think you know what's going to be used a lot? I reckon changing the tone
Yeah.
of texts and emails because
You could
you
have
know
used that today.
you're right, mate. I didn't need to use that today. I think I told you that. But the the amount of time I think people have written, like they're fired up and they're writing an email or a text and. It's like driving angry, right? You're driving angry.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Problem's going to happen.
It should be
Riding angry is a problem as well.
So you know when sometimes people get convicted of drink driving and they get their license back, but they're required to have a breathalyzer in the car that kind of enables the car.
Yeah.
So you can't turn the key until the breathalyzer's on. I don't think I should be allowed social media without writing tools by
Writing
default.
tools, yeah.
Did you mean to be that rude?
Yeah.
Did you
Yes,
mean to be an
yes.
asshole?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Or no, please rewrite it for me.
Notice how there's no tone. You know how it said, friendly and professional. There's no rude. You can choose to be. You can't choose to be rude.
I wonder if you can. You
I
can
don't
ask
think.
it though.
No, mate, you cannot. I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't think you can say I want to be this to be even ruder.
What's a message that we would that we might then want to change that way with a few words.
Yeah, thank you for not turning up. I had to do the job myself.
Thank you for not turning up. I had to do the job myself. I just couldn't be bothered asking to typing it because I think sometimes dictation is amazing. Okay, writing tools.
Make this ruder.
Rude. No, make this firm and rude.
Yeah.
I wonder if they understand what rude means.
I don't think they're going to do it, mate. We're not going to do it.
Writing tools unavailable.
Boom. See?
I'm gonna. What if
add swear words. It won't do it.
Wait, let's try just make this firm.
Okay, firm.
Maybe they don't.
It'll say
understand.
it's already firm.
It did not work.
See? So it's going to force
Well,
you
hang
to
on.
be
I just
nice.
need to check that it's not a glitch. Make this polite.
You have to write your own angry
It might not
emails.
work at all.
Yeah.
It does not. So
Yeah.
it's not about
Yeah,
that.
I think so, yeah.
It's not
But
working at all.
the point of it is that it's trying to help you
Yeah.
choose a more suitable tone.
Yeah.
That you're not, because that's hard to interpret tone. That's tough, and
Yeah.
not everyone, as gifted writers we are, not everyone can do that.
Not
right?
me.
Not everyone can create that. Yeah, that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
And
The
and
greatest
I'm sure
compliment
you-
I've ever
Yeah.
been given about my
Yeah.
writing,
Yeah.
you gave to me last week or the week before.
Yeah.
You read something and you went, "You write just like you speak,"
Yeah, no, you like it's like you're talking to someone.
and I'm like,
yeah.
"That's exactly how I want it
yeah,
to be."
that's good. That's that's good.
And so I think that's why I wouldn't use that stuff. So look, I think
So you're going to use more professional? You're going to sound your writing on?
no, not at all. But I think
More ochre. Just say more ochre.
Either Samsung or Apple need to. You talk about foreground and background use
Yeah.
of things like this.
Yep.
I feel like it needs to. You need to be opt in and enable.
Yeah.
But you need it to go it's detected that you're writing a text,
Yeah.
and before or as you hit send, maybe it should say, "I've detected
sure you wanna
I've
send
detected
that?
a strong tone.
Yeah.
Do you want me to help you make this more polite?
Yeah.
Yes or no?"
Because
It's like that don't text while you're drunk thing. I've detected it's 2 a.m.
Don't drunk
and
text.
you've misspelt a lot of words.
Maybe, yeah.
Do you want to rethink this and
That's-
call an
you
Uber?
know what? That is a possibility. But we should also mention during the week I wrote about it, the Samsung One UI 7 beta rolled out, and I think that's kind of Samsung's return serve to Apple Intelligence.
Right.
There are some foreground AI, how you access it. It's a lot more intuitive than it is right now. So when the S25 comes out in early next year, February, that's going to be built in, and you can do it. If you've got an S24, you can run the beta. So did you write about it, FEM?
One of the boys.
Yeah, I wrote about it on Tech Guide. Also spoke about it on my podcast. That I reckon is going to be there. They knew that Apple Intelligence was coming, right?
Well, it was announced,
so
right?
they said, right, okay, we can't just have it
The
the
smart
same.
thing to do after Dub is go, right, assemble our best team.
Yeah. Just
You've got a month and a
redo
half
it.
to propose ideas and a month and a half after that to sort them out.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. So
well done.
It's sort of that's the return serve from Samsung is the One UI 7, which there's and you can see they've made it because remember you just mentioned foreground background. That's what reminded me of it. This has brought it way in the foreground.
Right.
It's so Apple-like now, where it's something that's there. You don't have to go look for it. It's going to be there.
That's what it has to be.
Yeah. So that's interesting. How it's going to change how we use and relate to our smartphones.
Massively buried lead, and we haven't even put it on the rundown, but I'll just quickly mention it. But the other thing that launched this week is Sora, OpenAI's video generation platform.
I didn't write about it, but I saw it, and it was frightening what some people created.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's easy to detect when you look hard enough at certain mechanisms of physics and body movement and stuff. But I imagine, and look, it's still basically hard to get into, so I haven't even got an account yet. But I imagine that doing cartoon style stuff is going to be awesome.
Wow!
Because you don't notice physics problems with cartoons. It's accepted. But dude. But like this background here, for example, we could create a, AI style thing that is just a different look.
Is it the one where they created like a news story and there's two reporters? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of examples.
What's it called?
Sora, S-O-R-A, at Sora.com.
Wow.
And again, Marquez did a great video demonstrating different bits of it. But the ability to generate a human face,
mate, they look real. It looked real.
Was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought I was watching a real
And the way
TV.
you do it is you storyboard. You say, I want this to happen, and then I want this to happen, and it creates multiple clips that come together as a video.
So could that be seen as how Adobe have that sort of the Firefly? You can sort of generate video from text. So you want a background with this, and so that's kind of like virtually creating B-roll. It's a B-roll.
A lot of the ones
AI
I've
B-roll.
seen are if you just go with a landscape and an environment and don't bring birds or animals or people into it, it's beautiful.
Yeah. But how technical is it though? They created those people talking like on a. It's like seeing what's in CNN. It's like with the banners on the bottom and the talking heads, and that was all AI generated.
Yes,
mate, that is scary. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, would you? You're a journalist.
You should do it on
thinking,
Sky News this weekend.
I think Juro will want you to do. He's already written about it on Image Matrix, so he got in first. That's all right.
Fair enough.
But it's remarkable.
Mate, it's pretty remarkable. So.
But it goes back to what we were saying, what I said earlier, whereas Apple, they generate an image and you can tell it's not real. And that's intentional, not photorealistic, because they don't want people to think it's real.
That's right.
And I asked the question, I said, well, if I generate all these images and sort of genmojis and stuff, the sketches and stuff, and I asked, who owns that? They said, it's you. It's like you drew it. Whatever you come up with, that's your content. You can create those. So if like we sometimes need a thumbnail for a story or for the podcast, we just go, boom, a thumbnail, which we do anyway. That is your content. So you own it because you suggested it. It came out of your device.
Yeah.
That's yours. Yeah. So the photorealistic thing, which you can do on other platforms, I guess, near photorealistic, is again, that's your content as well.
Exciting and scary all at the same time. So Apple Intelligence 18.2 on iPhones. The update will come to everyone, but iPhone 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max, and all iPhone 16s, as well as pretty much modern iPads and all Apple Macs with Apple Silicon get Apple Intelligence. So check it out and let us know what you think. Let us know what you're using most, because I think
I reckon writing tools
for me
will be the big one.
For me,
Writing
that's what's most interesting.
Yeah.
Two blokes.
Did that flicker worry you then? What happened?
We
then?
lost a camera. I'll check that while
my
you're doing
God.
Arlo. Thanks to the great people. Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by Arlo, have been a great sponsor for us for quite some time. It is the holiday season. Arlo is here to help Aussies make the most of their every festive moment. And you know what? If you have an Arlo Secure 5 subscription, it is much like Santa's elves. Helps you capture special moments and stay in the action. So here's what you can do to add extra joy to your holidays.
Tell me,
Capture
Stephen.
the spirit of your visit with 30 days of video history. So holiday deliveries, special moments, you're always in the know. So you know, your cameras capture a lot of stuff. You can train your camera to catch delightful moments. So custom detections to see if holiday decorations disappear or when presents appear under the tree. So you know you can create those little scenarios.
Or when little kids enter this Christmas
Hello.
tree zone.
Someone's looking at a present. You can also not miss out on any special deliveries too, because Arlo has their package detection. This is all part of Arlo Secure 5, by the way. So you've got the package detection. It'll send you an alert as soon as your packages arrive. You'll also know who's knocking on your door this holiday as well with person recognition. You've already set
good
this up.
when I get the little
So
notification.
it doesn't say
that
person
Victoria's
detected to say Victoria. Or
Victoria's
it'll
home.
say Hayley or Joanne, So if you've got all that, let Arlo help you this holiday season.
Joanne. I've never heard you say that.
Well, that's her full name, but I'll call her
I've
Jo.
never,
Yeah, Jo.
ever.
That is actually her name, Joanne.
I've never heard you say that
That's what
word.
it says on her passport. Yeah.
Is that what it says on Arlo Secure?
No, it says Jo. I just said Jo. I don't
Is
know why
Joey
I said
in your
Joanne.
phone?
It says Joey on my phone.
Yeah.
But, it
You
says,
call her
I
Joe,
call
but her name
Jo.
is Joanne. This is
Joanne,
mind-blowing to me.
My mum calls her Joanne. She always calls her Joanne. Anyway, where were we? Arlo. This Christmas, Arlo Secure 5. Get into it. Arlo.com.
Get into it.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
All right, what have we been searching for this year, Stephen?
Oi,
geez,
okay.
we talked a lot about Apple Intelligence there. If you look at the timer, we really
Oh, my God.
yeah.
Oh,
anyway,
my God.
on a day when I'm keen to wrap up recording,
It's your fault, mate. You
well
kept
done.
talking.
That's true.
Okay, let's go.
We can
Google search.
smash through all this. So
Let's go. Google
search for the year. No question that US election was big up there, followed by the Olympic medal tally. But I think what was interesting to me was, like CrowdStrike.
Yep.
Absolutely smashed it into the top 5 of news events.
Yep.
That's huge.
A lot of people were thinking, well, who the hell is this bloody CrowdStrike?
Yeah.
Remember when that happened?
Yeah,
no one had heard of CrowdStrike when that happened, remember?
And then in people, hilarious to me that Ray Gun beat all the other Olympians.
That's funny.
And there's not a single male sports person in the Aussie public figures.
What's with that? No, so in the Aussie public figures,
no Australian male sports
sport.
person.
Okay, so you got Sam. You got
Singo.
Sam Kerr.
You got Bruce Lerman and Jacob
Yeah.
Elordi, who's an actor, I believe.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
And the
he was
rest
in
were Ray
Saltburn.
Gunn, Sam Kerr, Jess Fox, Saya Sakakibara,
That's easy for you to say.
Arissa True, and Ariane Titmus.
Julian Assange came in second because he's an Aussie.
Oh, true, yeah.
Ray Gunn beat Sam Kerr. What's doing?
I'm not
that
mentioning
one?
anything. As David Campbell said to me the other day, she's taken legal action, so I'm not getting involved.
Ray Gunn is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because there's a
There's
show
a
or something.
comedian doing
Yeah,
something.
I know,
Get
that's
over
a bit
yourself,
harsh.
love. Get
That's
over
a bit
yourself.
harsh. And you know what? The list of people we lost this year, that's always a big one.
And always a
Liam
reminder.
Payne, of course, the dude from
Very
One Direction.
recent, yeah.
Michael Mosley, Maggie Smith, she was in Harry Potter and
got nothing.
Downton Abbey. Jessie Baird.
I forgot about Shannon
Yeah.
Doherty.
Shannon Doherty, she died of cancer.
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland.
James
Nathan
Earl
Templeton,
Jones.
James Earl Jones, Darth Vader's voice.
Toby Keith.
Carl Weathers. You know who he is?
He's a NASCAR driver, is he?
No, that's Apollo Creed out of Rocky, you idiot. The best movies you've never seen, he's never seen
Toby
it.
Keith died. I didn't even know that.
Toby
Anyway.
Keith, yeah.
Wow.
Sport, we love our sport, of course.
Olympics was always going to win that, but
Yeah,
then there's
the
a bunch
medal
of
tally, yeah.
sub-Olympics. So artistic gymnastics,
Yep.
sport combined, climbing, and artistic swimming Olympics all got big searches as well as wheelchair tennis, Paralympics, and powerlifting at the Paralympics.
What about the top trending searches for recipes?
Jamie Oliver
air fryer. Have you got an air fryer?
Yeah,
Do you like it?
every day.
Mate, we've got an air fryer. It's just sitting in the cupboard. We've never used it.
Mate, we use it
We should get it out, eh?
daily.
Really?
Our oven's currently
what's your
broken.
go-to air fryer thing?
Oh, we cook chips in there. Chicken nuggets. Chicken schnitzels,
Chicken schnitzel's in there too.
mate.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, very good.
I'm going to break it out.
Yeah, so our oven's broken at the moment, and
What?
we haven't skipped a beat
Right.
because we use
What
the
are
air
you doing,
fryer.
mate? New oven or repairing
I believe my wife is ringing service to see if we can get service for
it? How old's the oven?
it.
Under warranty? Australian consumer law?
I'll put it this way: if a big bill comes my way, I will be calling the people at the brand and saying, "I'm not sure that's."
Do we know them?
We
the
know them.
brand?
Yeah, we know them. It's
I
a
know the
high end. No, it's a high end brand
Ah.
affiliated with a TV brand that we have a commercial relationship with.
Okay, I hear you.
Hi, Asco.
Okay.
Second time it's broken too.
Mates rates? Or
Just saying.
mates rates?
I believe I did get a good deal. I'm not going to
Okay,
lie. I got a media price on it, but still, it was very
I
expensive.
hope you still got a warranty.
Here's the thing: if anyone knows, I'll just digress. So you turn the oven on 180 degrees to warm up, and it doesn't go past 35, right?
Oh.
But if I put it
So
on,
that's the issue.
if I lock it into pyrolytic clean, which is 400 degrees, it will do. It'll work.
Pop your food in then.
It's locked. You can't. It locks for 4 hours to clean it. Yeah.
No.
Anyway,
That's a design flaw.
can you
there.
explain what a porn star martini is?
No idea.
I don't think we want to
Should
know
I
why
Google it?
that's no.
I'm going to Google it.
Porn star martini.
Porn star.
It's got to be
This
because
is going
of
to be some
TikTok,
interesting
surely.
results.
It's got to be because of TikTok. Oat
Martini.
Zempic. This is the first time I heard the terms Oat Zempic.
Yeah, so healthy Ozempic.
Is that some sort of? I've lost the camera
Well,
again.
Ozempic is that drug.
is that
that you can
needle,
help you,
isn't
it's
it?
like for diabetics, and you can
It's for people
without
who wanna lose
people
weight.
without diabetics. You want to drop some weight.
Yeah.
Porn Star Martini is a passion fruit flavored cocktail made with vodka, passio, passion fruit juice, and lime juice.
Right.
Traditionally accompanied by a chilled shot glass of champagne.
Lovely, jubbly.
The cocktail was created in 2002 by Douglas Ankara.
I worry about the people that wrote who won the US election, but whatever. Good luck to them.
No, these were people who, because it was quite
On
late
that
at
night,
night. It was
yeah.
that night they were thinking,
That's
who the
true.
hell won this thing?
Yeah.
That was a bit late.
Again, I did this on the Today Show, but it is hilarious to me that number 7 how-to is how to talk to women.
Yes.
What
I
are we
mentioned
doing?
that in my story too.
What are we doing,
I
folks?
think
Number
I've
two-
Googled how to talk to your wife.
Number
without
2 is
creating a
how to
problem.
make how to make a human in Infinite Craft.
Yeah, that's a game, isn't it? Infinite Craft.
That's like playing Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Ah.
That's nerdy as hell, right?
How to
So
make a
firstly,
human.
if you're playing Infinite Craft, you're never going to need to know how to make a human because you're never going to have a girlfriend. And secondly, they're the same people that
Or a
need to know
boyfriend.
how to talk to women.
Yeah. You think I heard you say that on the show. So that's their two relate. You reckon it's number 2 and number 7 should have been the same
100%.
one?
Yeah.
How to turn off Meta AI.
Funny.
That's great. What about the definitions? Demure was was the top definition.
I don't like any of these.
Yeah. What about DIY? Car maintenance, Halloween costumes. That's a good one. How to make Easter bunny footprints.
Yeah, for your kids, so they think the bunny
How to
came
make
in.
Taylor Swift friendship bracelets.
Oh.
Now, did you ever find out what the hell Connections was in
Nope.
entertainment?
No, and if you don't know, how does anyone know?
Yeah, like I've
What is it?
I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, but how? Like, how are you going to work out what it is
Connections.
in entertainment sense? You're like, is it? Hang on,
yeah,
what's
it's a
that?
game.
Maybe it's
a
a
game.
new New York Times
It's
app.
a game. It's like
Like
Wordle.
Wordle.
It's a new Wordle. Connections is a word puzzle.
When did they release it?
Developed June 12th, 2023.
Okay, so maybe
Released-
it hit its straps.
Yeah. Connections is a word puzzle developed and published by the New York Times as part of the New York Times Games.
There you go.
So there you have it. Connections. Wow.
All right.
That topped entertainment queries.
It did.
That was above any, it was above.
Probably in the same
Saltburn.
way.
You haven't seen Saltburn, have you?
No,
Saltburn's
I've
got
seen
that.
the TikToks that tell you to watch certain bits of it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the very end of it, the bloke danced around nude to Murder on the Dance Floor.
Okay.
I've seen the movie. It's a good movie. It's out there. But the bloke, Jacob Elordi, who was in the list,
Yeah.
he's in it. He's the main star. in
Oh,
it.
that's why he was
Jacob-
Googled as well.
Yeah, Jacob Elordi was
Right.
the Aussie. He's an Aussie actor, Jacob
sense.
Elordi, right? And he was in it. But the guy who dances around nude, that's another
That's
bloke.
a different guy.
Yeah, different guy. He's dancing naked.
I'm making a big
Murder
risk
on the
here.
Dance
I'm
Floor.
disconnecting
Yeah.
camera one up just from the gear, so I hope it doesn't ruin the whole show. But
Okay.
it's happening.
It's just showing you now, just adjusting the gear. Well, what's
just-
happening, mate?
It just keeps flicking on and off, and it's annoying
Oh,
me.
my God.
So we're coming down to 2 cameras. It's official.
Okay. There you go.
I've made the decision.
All right, mate.
All right, I've had enough of Google.
All right.
That is the year in Google, according to Google, for 2024. And by the way, it's not the most searched things; it's trending. So it's
Yeah.
it's how, like Jacob Elordi, it's how his name is searched for far more than it was last year.
Yeah.
It may well
Comparison.
be that John Farnham was searched for more than him, but because it's more this year.
I'm listening
That's
to
how it
his audio book now.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, loving it.
How far in are you?
I'm about a third of the way in.
Okay.
He's just disputing with his manager about how much money he's getting.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
It's a good book. Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Everything about tech you never wanted to know. This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
The biggest coincidence in the world was
No.
when the day the Google search results came out, Amazon came out with the most asked questions of Alexa.
I actually really...
Do you
And
reckon
look,
that was on purpose?
I mean, it's the end of the year. They're just releasing the data, right?
Yeah.
Spotify, Wrapped came out. It's
Yeah.
all...
That was last week or this week? Last week. That
It was last
Spotify.
week.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
it's that time of year. But I just, frankly, to all these companies, you got to tell us 2 weeks beforehand what date you're going to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Because, for example,
Because Google sort
I
of
did
put
a
it out
segment
there.
on the Today Show. I'm not going to do on the next day about Amazon,
Yeah,
am I?
exactly
But I
right.
could have done one big one about all of it.
Well, I got a question. They emailed me because I wrote up Google search big on, and by the time I wrote it and published it, then this Alexa story came through,
Yeah.
and I got an email saying, "Oh, are you going to do?" I said, "Look, we'll mention it on the podcast. So here it is.
Because actually, I love this data.
Yeah, it's good
Because this is
because it
what
covers
people,
a lot of stuff. Yeah,
I mean, if you ask my Alexa
Yeah.
what's Trevor asked for, it's like, I'm here or I'm leaving. Like, that's pretty much what I use Alexa for.
boring.
Or play Triple M or play 2GB. That's pretty
Yeah.
much the commands.
Fair enough. Well,
But what is
it
the
goes
score in pretty much everything?
what is the score in the
pretty
AFL?
popular.
What's the score in the NRL? When is the next NRL game? What's the Formula One update? Have
Yeah.
you ever said that one?
I've never said
because
that.
you were always watching it.
Do you think we should find out what Alexa says?
Yeah, go for it.
We'll have to open the app.
How many Alexas you got in here?
Yeah, they're kind of too distant to be heard, so
Yeah.
I'll just use the app. What's the Formula One update? She said nothing. What's the Formula One update? She said nothing.
The most it's the most asked question in Australia with the sporting scores.
Yeah.
Or every single question is about sport. The most asked questions in Australia were all about sport. But the other most
Wasn't that in
asked
the
questions,
sport category?
Oh, yeah, it was too. The other category was people's height.
Oh.
How tall is Taylor Swift?
Who's asking Alexa that?
Lionel Messi, Shaquille
Lionel.
O'Neal, LeBron James. You can understand why they would ask that. All supporting Simone Biles. That's a good question.
Yeah, because
She's actually quite short, but world's best athlete.
music-wise, Taylor Swift
Yeah.
is just everywhere.
And how old is Taylor
Taylor
Swift?
Swift? How much is she
Yeah.
worth?
Yeah.
Play her music.
Elon Musk topped that
It's
list. How
wild.
much is Elon Musk worth? And what answer would they give there? How do they know?
Well,
is
it's
that
just
on record or
Google?
what?
No, but
Did they keep score
there's plenty
somewhere?
of websites that try
Yeah,
and
right.
calculate that stuff.
Okay.
I've actually watched a few podcasts with like celebrities that are asked how accurate it is, and most of the time their reactions are broadly that it's not too far off.
Okay. Let's go to Aussies and Alexa fast facts. Australians are 4 times more likely to ask Alexa to insult them than compliment them. Because you can say, Alexa, insult me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hang on. Insult me. No, this Alexa's not working.
Oh, my God.
Oh, hang on. I'd rather...
For more twinkling trash talk.
Oh, let's do it again. Insult me.
Is that you singing carols? Or a small child playing the recorder?
Wow. My favourite thing Alexa
Wow,
does.
burn.
We've done this before. Tell me a John Farnham joke.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Oh,
They've lost him. There was 3
Unbelievable.
John Farnham jokes
Oh, my
in the
God.
past.
okay.
Anyway.
So we'd like to be insulted. In the month of September, Australian ranked top by requests per user globally. See that? Requests globally Australians top the rank.
As in we use them more.
Requests ranked top by requests per user globally.
Which is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big.
We use it more.
We're very curious. Yeah.
That's
is
very
it
interesting.
because like I'm a big we're an Alexa family at our place.
Yeah,
We got
pretty
Ale- we
much.
got we're
We've got
Alexa.
a bit of everything,
Yeah.
but Alexa is dominant.
Alexa's most popular hidden gem is Alexa.
Shush.
Be quiet. Alexa, do something silly. Hang on.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, doing something chilly.
No, no, it says silly.
No.
This feels silly.
I don't think you can hear it. Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, go home.
No, don't say that. The lights will turn off.
Oh, really?
Probably.
Stop. I normally say that to mine, and it goes back to the home screen.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Most played songs.
Yeah. Taylor Swift. I said that already.
I have, yeah.
Yep.
God.
All right. Very good.
Give him the punchline. Why don't
Well,
you?
the
Most
full-
played. Hang on. Let's look at the. I know Taylor Swift topped it, but have a guess who was number 2?
Elton John.
Eminem.
Oh.
Number 3, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Number 4, Olivia Rodrigo. Have you heard of these people?
No, not her.
Sabrina Carpenter. She
I've heard of
supported
her.
Taylor Swift on
Yeah.
her tour.
She's on the coattails.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Pink.
Heard of her.
Justin Bieber.
Heard of him.
Imagine Dragons.
No idea what you're talking
Yeah, I've heard of them. Dua Lipa.
about.
Dua Lipa, yeah.
I've seen some TikToks.
Oh, there you go. Must have a look at your feed.
Her concerts are.
Yeah,
Good-
she
good to
likes to
watch.
dress quite raunchy.
I don't-
Raunchy style.
I don't know
is
what
she's
you're
got.
talking
A bit
about,
like
Steve.
you, Trev.
Wow.
No check. You got a plain shirt on today, by the way. No checks going on. See,
Sorry,
you've come
mate.
straight from work, haven't you?
Yeah,
You come straight from work and
yes.
filming something
Yeah.
in the pro gear. There
Sorry,
you go.
mate. Oh, yeah, I dressed.
In
I
the
dressed
pro- in
down
the
for
pro
you.
gear. Yeah, good on you.
All right.
I'm wearing just a plain white shirt. My
Yeah,
Tech Guide logo here today.
No one knows who you are without the logo.
Yeah, they know who I am, mate.
Oh, they know who you
Some
are.
bloke said hello to me on a train today. I had no idea who he was. He said, "Hey, Stephen, are you Stephen Fennick?" I said, "Yep." "Oh, mate, that was it." I was on the tram coming home from the city.
You didn't engage with him?
No, I said, "Hi, mate, how are you?" And he just said, "Yeah, good, how you going?" He said, "How are you?" I went, "You good, mate?" And I just kept walking to my seat. Yeah. You get this every day, mate, wouldn't you? Aren't you Trevor Long from the Today Show? Is that what you say, mate? Do people stop you in traffic and say,
No.
"It's
Most of
Trevor
the-
Long from the Today Show"?
My wife hates it so much.
Really?
Well, so we went to the Christmas markets down at Martin Place.
Yep.
Look at the Christmas tree and the markets and things, and there was this Swedish lolly company, and Amanda went and looked at dresses or something.
Yep.
And so Vivi wanted to see if they had any gluten-free lollies. Now,
Okay.
this is a tough thing. Gluten-free is tough for anyone, right? But
Yep.
I said to the guy, I said, "Hey, mate, just wondering if anything is gluten-free for a celiac." He goes, "Look, we got a lot of, because it's like tubs of lollies. You know, the tubs you
right,
dig them
right.
out and put them in a bag, take whatever you want."
Yeah,
He goes, "There's several that are gluten-free, but because of the things, there's cross-contamination. So someone might have been in a
At least he
gluten
was
one.
honest. Yeah.
It was unbelievable." And he goes, "Aren't you the IT guy?" I went, "Yeah, mate," which is pretty much what I get most of the time.
IT guy.
I'm just the tech guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then he goes, "Mate, I've probably got some at the back." So he went in the tent and he pulled out unopened bags of the gluten-free ones, ripped them open, and got little gloves, handfuls for my daughter in the. And
that's nice.
mate, it was such a lovely thing to do. And so
That's
later
nice.
on, we were on the
Yeah.
train on the way home on the metro. I said, "Vives," I showed her a photo. I said, "You okay if I post this on socials?" Because it was she's a teenager, so is she going to be okay with the photo I chose or whatever?
She'll go, "Dad."
And Amanda goes, "You're only posting that because you want to tag them because he recognised you." And I went, "Okay,
Of course.
yes."
Yeah.
And then I chose to be a complete arsehole and not post it for 6 hours and posted it later.
There you go. See?
Anyway,
Take it back.
I don't know
mate.
why we're talking about
Take it back.
Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Plugging it back in. All right, we do it thanks to the great people at Netgear. We are running out of time here, folks, and Netgear is running out of time on their hot Christmas specials. I don't know, I'm making that up. Netgear is your home of all the home solutions you could want. You could get mesh Wi-Fi, mobile hotspots, got a new one to tell you about shortly, Wi-Fi routers, range extenders, and there are deals on their websites. There's exclusive products and colours on their websites, but most importantly, it's a wealth of information about Wi-Fi. Is your Wi-Fi, which one's right for you? How can you choose the product one to another? So why would you choose a Nighthawk over an Orbi system? There's a bunch of reasons why. And, just learn about the product. So the mobile routers, the mesh Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi routers, whatever it is, Orbi, Nighthawk, they've got you covered at Netgear.
And really good apps to run them and set
Great
them up.
apps.
Great
And
apps too.
parental controls.
You can see who's using, who's
security-
hogging all the data.
Security controls on your network as well. It's all there. And you can find out more at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
I feel like that was the same sting. Sorry. Stephen's going to tell you shortly about that new Netgear Nighthawk. But
Am I
real
ever?
quick, I want to just give a shout out to Just Watch. I
yeah.
love the app. It's my favourite app in the world.
It's great.
And they sent a list of the top 10.
I think I introduced you to that app.
I don't think you did.
I think I did.
Find evidence.
Okay. I know. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, good. They sent a list of the top 10 Christmas movies in Australia. Search for in Australia. Love Actually, Elf, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Home Alone are the top 4. Now, it's
Where does
fascinating.
Die Hard rank in this one?
It's not a Christmas
Come
movie.
on, it's in there.
I saw my closer, but anyway.
Oh, sorry, mate. I saw a really good. I think it was on social media. They're all talking about their favourite Christmas movies, and one guy goes, "Oh, let's watch Love Actually," and then someone else says, "Oh, let's watch Elf," and then the grandma goes, "Let's watch Die Hard. That's a Christmas movie." So I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
That's Bruce Willis.
Come on.
Have you not heard that?
No.
Now, please listen very carefully.
This is legit.
Yeah, right.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
That's Bruce Willis.
I-
that's official.
I agree to disagree.
Oh, get over
I
yourself.
disagree.
Anyway, a couple
It
of
was
quick
set at
things on
Christmas.
this. I found it fascinating that Love Actually, the most popular one, is available on so many platforms.
Of course.
Prime Video,
At this time of
Binge, Paramount, Foxtel now, Stan, 7 Plus. It's everywhere.
So you cannot miss it.
Whereas like Home Alone, Disney Plus only.
Because they own it. Yeah, 20th
You know?
Century Fox.
Now, the other thing Just Watch did was look at all the 326 holiday movies and work out where they are on platforms.
Okay.
Prime Video has like 28% of them.
Yeah, wow.
Netflix next with 16%, then Disney, and then Stan, and then Binge. So
Very good.
if you want a Christmas movie,
Christmas
Prime Video.
Did
Couldn't
It's a
give a rat's.
Wonderful Life get a start?
No. Oh, it did. 9th.
There you go.
But Miracle on
34th Street.
4th Street. I didn't know what street it was on.
34th Street.
I got no idea what number the
It's
Miracle
New York.
happened on.
That's the street where the
What's the
Empire
miracle?
Empire State.
What's the miracle? Spoil it for me.
I can't remember. I think
What?
it's about the young girl getting what she wished for Christmas.
Hang on.
Yeah.
What miracle happens on 34th Street? Let's find out. I have to use ChatGPT for that. Apple Intelligence.
Uh-oh.
The miracle on 34th Street refers to the storyline of the classic year. We know that, whatever. Shoot.
It's going to spoil it.
It was
Spoiler
still
alert?
listening, and so it went away. But it did go into it. It did spoil it.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're looking for a Christmas movie, justwatch.com or download the Just Watch app because it's bloody awesome.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Now, you did refer to the Nighthawk M7, the mobile hotspot, which has just been released. Now, this is a product that is from Netgear, so you know it's good. But also, it combines 5G, so it's a 5G hotspot, with Wi-Fi 7. So it's the MR7500. And the thing with this is that this works on the Telstra network, so this is a Telstra exclusive.
Yep.
But the Telstra network also has two kinds of 5G, and this device, the M7, has both sub-6, which is kind of your more common variety of 5G, which is sort of in the suburbs and out in
It's
out
the wide
everywhere.
kind of
It's kind
traditional
of
tower
your
style.
your sort of meat and potatoes 5G.
Yep.
But it's also this is compatible with millimeter wave 5G, which may have less range than
It's the idea of the one that
sub-6.
would be on
Yeah. So
like
at
street
stadiums,
poles and stuff like that.
airports, busy areas.
It's also used globally in a lot of places.
A lot of places have way more millimeter wave than we do.
Yep.
So the theoretically, right, on Telstra's 5G network, theoretically, perfect conditions, you can get up to 10 gigabits per second. That's smoking. That's seatbelt. You need a seatbelt on this thing. You're going so fast. So tri-band Wi-Fi 7, though, dual band concurrent operation. So the aggregated Wi-Fi speed, so you can get up to 5.8 gigabits per second. 64 devices can connect at the
That's
same
double
time.
what the last one.
64, firewall built in too. So you've got, not only is it a wireless connection, but it's also secure wireless connection as well.
Right, yep.
So the idea of this would be you got your 5G signal and you can share it wirelessly with 63 other devices, well, 64 including your own. And so an ideal companion if you're out and about. You use this when you travel, don't you? The
Absolutely.
the M7. I'm looking to get one of these and maybe take it to CES with us. It will be, and would there be? I know it's Telstra here in Australia, but who would you put? Whose SIM card would work in that overseas? Would it work overseas?
It should be. The previous models were
right.
extensively worked overseas. Yeah.
Because here you can only buy through Telstra, so they've got a deal here.
Yes.
It's powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset as well, so it's pretty quick, just like the network. Telstra mobile network. It's $949.
Cracking
Yeah.
device. Great
I'd
for
love to get this.
like tradies, salespeople, people on the road a lot who need internet on the go.
Yep.
Don't have to worry about public Wi-Fi. You can take it with you and share it with, like if you're on the work site.
Yep.
Everyone can use this.
And battery also lasts, I think, about 10 up to 10 hours on a full charge. That's all day. On
Great
the road,
for the work site.
on the move. Yeah.
Very good.
Shout everyone some Wi-Fi.
Find all the details at techguide.com.au as well as Netgear, of course, as well, their direct website. Stephen, bonus minutes, let's be honest.
We are in overtime.
Yeah.
If this was an NFL game, we're in overtime.
Yeah,
Is that
if
right,
this
mate?
was a comedy show, the red light would be flashing real hard.
Really?
But
The
it's
hook-
definitely
the
not a
hooks are
comedy
gonna
show.
come out.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a time limit on the live show
No,
next
we
week.
don't.
But
No, we don't. Yeah.
But the commitment I want to make to the live show is I want it to be this show. We've done live shows
Yeah.
before which were unique, things of
Yeah.
their own. But
It's
this
our normal show.
This is the normal show,
Yeah.
recorded live.
with a Christmas feel, because
Yeah,
it's
of
our
course.
Christmas show.
Yeah, I don't
Last
know what
of
that
the
means,
year.
but you'll have to help.
Yeah, we're going to be
Bit busy next week.
costumes and all that.
Oh, okay, yep.
You remember to bring your gear.
You
I'm
gotta
going to bring
remind
mine. I'm going to bring mine.
Yep.
So it'll be colourful.
All right, we'll be
Yeah.
back next week live. Next
We're
week.
gonna do it
None of this
live.
mucking around. We'll be back next week live, 8:30 Wednesday night. Facebook
18th
Tech
of
Guide,
December, 8:30
AFTM,
Australian
2 Blokes Talking
Eastern Daylight Time.
Sydney time.
Yeah, Sydney time, 8:30 p.m.
7:30 Brisbane. Who the hell knows Adelaide? And 5:30 in Perth.
There you go. See you then
Adelaide,
live.
Your times are stupid. Let's be
We're
honest.
doing it live.
I think it's just a half an hour. Adelaide doesn't.
Yeah, it's half hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Why
do have
make an
daylight
hour?
savings.
Just why the half hour? That's awkward.
Have you been to Adelaide?
I have been to Adelaide.
They're about a half hour behind.
Come on, mate. What do they make it an hour? Hour behind. Hang on, we've lost all the cameras now.
No, we've lost camera one.
Camera one. Hey,
This
it's
is
back
troubling
again.
me and concerning me. And
All right.
anyway.
This is what I sort this out before the live show next
All right.
week. Yeah, otherwise we
Oh
won't have
my
a live
God,
show.
you are literally freaking me out.
Come on. We'll be right, mate.
All right, see you, mate.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.